The movie starts with a scene where a baby is left alone in a field near a basketball court. The baby is crying loudly, and a man who looks poor like a homeless person hears the cries. He becomes curious and goes to see where the sound is coming from. He finds the baby lying on a pile of old tires with a letter nearby. He feels sorry for the baby but realizes he can't take care of the baby himself. So he takes the baby to a kung fu school and leaves the baby with his friend, who is a master at the school. As time passes, the baby, now named Feng Cg, grows up and becomes a well-behaved boy under the guidance of his teacher. Unfortunately, one night, Feng watches his teacher die after using a powerful move that could affect the balance of the universe. So, Feng had to grow up without his teacher. As he got older, every time he saw and heard a basketball bounce, his heart would race. However, things at the Kung Fu school changed after Feng's teacher, who had raised him, passed away. The once obedient kid started to rebel, especially against the headmaster, Wang Biao, who would often treat Feng badly. Interestingly, Feng would pretend to be hurt whenever Wang showed off his powerful punches in front of the other students. The funny part was that Feng was secretly wearing a special vest made of iron, so he didn't feel any pain, no matter how hard Wang punched him. But eventually, Feng's secret trick was discovered, and he had to spend a night on the streets without having dinner. One evening, while Feng was taking a stroll in the park, he started to play with some empty drink cans. He used his kung fu skills to throw and kick them into a nearby trash can. Unknowingly, there was an old man named Zen Lee sitting nearby who watched what Feng was doing. Zen Lee was intrigued by Feng's moves and tried to copy them. However, he struggled to get the cans into the trash like Feng did. Feeling frustrated, Zen decided to sit next to Feng, and the two of them started to chat, although their conversation was interrupted by the loud growling of Feng's hungry stomach. Realizing that Feng was hungry, Zen came up with a challenge. He asked Feng to toss a coin from a distance into his mouth. If Feng succeeded, Zen promised to share some food with him. As expected, Feng skillfully got the coin into Zen's mouth, and it even went all the way down his throat. So, Zen had to keep his promise, and he decided to take Feng to a fancy French restaurant. However, when Feng saw the prices on the menu, he was quite surprised. Zen, in reality, couldn't really afford the expensive food, especially if he was treating Feng. But Zen had a clever plan to enjoy French cuisine for free by involving his daughter, who worked as a waitress at the restaurant. Zen's daughter was aware of her father's intentions, and knew he often came to the restaurant to ask for food. She served Zen and Feng with leftovers from other diners, along with glasses of wine. During the meal, Zen shared his big plan with Feng, which left him feeling puzzled. After dinner, Zen took Feng to a nightclub for a darts game against the club's owner, Ahui. The outcome was pretty clear. Ahui's team lost badly because Feng was incredibly accurate with his throws. Zen was thrilled with the money they won and made sure to share the winnings with Feng. However, it seemed that Ahui didn't want to accept defeat, especially because he had already lost a lot of money. So he told his team to attack Zen. Fortunately, Feng was skilled in kung fu. He used his moves to defeat Ahui's men one by one, and it didn't take long for him to emerge victorious. The following day, Ahui and his group went to the kung fu school where Feng lived. While talking to the school's principal, a bald man wearing glasses who came with Ahui asked Wang, the school's headmaster, to give up his position. At first, Wang refused, but he quickly changed his mind when he was offered a chest full of gold bars. Soon after, Wang gathered all his students in the field and asked who was responsible for the trouble at Ahui's nightclub. He wanted the person who caused the chaos to come forward and admit their actions had brought shame to the school. A student stood up, not to confess, but to point at Feng, blaming him for the nightclub incident. It turns out that Feng was attacked by some of Ahui's men right in the middle of the schoolyard, and many people, including the teachers, saw what happened. To make matters worse, Wang, the headmaster, expelled Feng from school, accusing him of damaging the school's reputation. Feng, feeling unfairly treated, decided to remove his school uniform and leave, which left the teachers saddened by his departure. In the evening, Feng met Zen at the park and expressed his desire for revenge against Ahui. Zen tried to calm Feng by giving him a ball to throw into a trash can at the far end of the park, and once again, Feng did it skillfully. Recognizing Feng's talent, Zen introduced him to Zhou, a dean at First University. Zen proposed a plan to include Feng on the university's basketball team. To make it more appealing, Zen added a touching story about Feng's difficult life as an orphan, hoping to make it into the news. Zen's efforts paid off. The following day, Zen and representatives from First University introduced Feng at a press event. It was there that Feng got to meet the girl he admired, Lee. He was surprised to discover that Lee was a member of his basketball team. During an interview, Lee told Feng about a campus tradition where new members had to challenge the team captain and win by at least 1 point. Lee called her brother, Wei, who happened to be the team captain. Unfortunately, her call went unanswered, but they could hear Ting's phone ringing nearby. Lee found her brother drunk behind the stage where the press conference was held. Nevertheless, Feng and Ting's showdown began, with the audience watching closely. Ting scored impressively with a dunk, but shortly after, Feng struck back with a long-range shot. The following day, Feng brought a newspaper to Zen and was quite upset about it. The newspaper had a story about him, describing him as an orphan who had been mistreated by the basketball team captain. Instead of getting angry, Zen tried to calm Feng down and explained that it was sensational news that could make Feng famous. During lunchtime after their basketball practice, Feng went to apologize to Ting. They had a conversation, and Ting gave Feng some advice about basketball. He told Feng that controlling rebounds was crucial in the game. Feng took this advice seriously, although he still showed off his excellent shooting skills, never missing a shot. In the next practice session, Feng joined Ting's team and immediately showcased his skills, impressing Ting and making him believe that Feng could be the team's secret weapon. However, Shoulund, a player who had been absent due to an injury for a long time, returned. Lee warmly welcomed Xiao and introduced him to Feng, but strangely, Xiao was distant and unfriendly toward Feng. A few days later, the First University basketball team had their first game. However, in that match, Feng remained on the bench throughout the game. He only got to play after Zen convinced Ting. Because Feng was still new to the game, he made a few mistakes and almost caused problems for his team. Luckily, in the final moments, Feng silenced the doubters with a perfectly executed long-range shot. After the game, Feng practiced even harder. During breaks, he asked Ting to teach him how to do a slam dunk, as Ting had promised, but for some reason, Ting felt that Feng wasn't ready for it. Feng, feeling impatient, decided to practice on his own at night without Ting's guidance. He tried to do a slam dunk using his kung fu skills. However, he jumped so high that he hit a lamp and fell down. In the next scene, the First University basketball team played their second game. This time, Feng was given the important task of jumping to start the game. Despite being underestimated by others before the match, Feng surprised everyone by winning the jump ball. He directed the ball to Ting, who then passed it to Xiao. This led to the First University team scoring the first 2 points with Xiao's impressive slam dunk. The opposing players who had underestimated Feng could only watch in astonishment. In the end, the First University team won the game by a large margin, thanks to Feng and his teammates' excellent performance. After this match, Feng's skills and slam dunk abilities attracted the attention of the media. His achievements were regularly featured in the local newspapers. One night, Feng and his team were having a party at a nightclub. During the party, Feng was approached by a man who claimed to be his rival in the upcoming final match. This man suggested that Feng should leave First University and join his basketball team. When Feng didn't give a clear answer, the man gave him his business card and left. Shortly after, Lee informed Feng that the mysterious man was Li Tian, a former player at First University who had left the team after a disagreement with Ting. Li Tian was known for trying to harm Ting, even by persuading Ting's teammates to switch teams. In the previous final season, he had successfully affected Ting's mental state, causing Ting to have a nervous breakdown. Now, Li Tian was attempting to recruit Feng for his team, and this worried Lee. She was concerned that Uncle Zen might agree to send Feng to Li Tian's team. Lee's worries didn't come true, because Zen turned down Li Tian's offer. He refused it firmly, and Li Tian ended up badly beaten on the second floor of the nightclub. The person who was with Li Tian was the same bald man with glasses who had come to the Kung Fu school with a Hui and got Feng expelled. When Feng saw that Zen had a bruised nose, he got very angry and wanted to confront Li Tian and his team. However, surprisingly, Zen stopped him because he didn't want Feng to fall into their tricky plan. Zen didn't want to give up on the dreams and hopes he had for Feng. Because of this, Zen asked Feng to give his best and not let him regret keeping him on the team. The night of the big match had finally arrived. Just before the game began, Li Tan confronted his former captain, Ting, and made it clear that he intended to beat Ting in this match. Li Tan was quite skilled at it. As soon as the game started, Li Tan's team played aggressively. They didn't hold back and were willing to push, kick, and taunt their opponents. At one point during the game, Feng had a chance to get back at Li Tian, so he tripped him up. But this angered Li Tian and his friends so much that the game became even rougher, causing Ting to get hurt and needing to be replaced by another player. The last match was a complete disaster for the First University team. They were losing badly, which made the players feel even more hopeless. However, something unexpected happened. The stadium suddenly lost power, and the game had to be postponed. Shortly after that, the bald man with glasses approached Zen once again to repeat his offer to take Feng. But Zen remained strong and refused to give Feng to them. The following day, Feng talked to Zen about feeling that his parents had watched him compete the previous night. Suddenly, a Hui arrived with his team and revealed that he had been the one who caused the stadium's power outage. He did it as revenge against the bald man with glasses who had betrayed him. This time, a Hui wasn't looking for trouble with Feng, but wanted to bet $5 million on Feng's team beating Li Tian's team. Later, Zen surprised Feng by bringing the teachers from his Kung Fu school. They had been following Feng's performances on TV and were proud of him. However, their school was facing a tough situation because it had been taken over by Bitan Hao, the bald man with glasses who was after Feng. In other places, Ting was still dealing with the trauma from his past match with Li Tian. Meanwhile, Shou Lun visited his late girlfriend's grave and remembered the happy moments they shared. He still loved her, which is why he turned down Li Li when she confessed her feelings to him that night on the basketball court. Li Li was sad and teary-eyed, and Feng saw her. He asked Li Li to stop crying and tried to express his feelings to her, but he wasn't very good at it, which made Li Li chuckle. At least after practice, Li Li sent Feng an encouraging message, which made him smile with joy. The postponed final match finally started, but it was a tough situation for First University. They had to accept that Thing Wei and Shou Lun couldn't play due to injuries, so the only star player left was Feng. Bitan Hao and Li Tian were confident that the game would be easy for their team because of this. However, a surprise came when Feng's 4 Kung Fu teachers stepped in to play for the First University team in the final match. This terrified all the members of Li Tian's team. The game began, and the Kung Fu teachers displayed their incredible skills, leaving the opposing team helpless. When it became clear that his team was going to lose, Bitan Hao ordered his players to confront the 4 Kung Fu masters. Suddenly, the basketball court turned into a Kung Fu battle arena. Feng's 4 teachers' actions on the court became the center of attention for the media and received applause from the audience. After the first half of the game, in the locker room, Feng received a letter from Zen. Inside, it was a letter written by both of Feng's parents. Reading these letters made Feng cry because he had never known his parents, and it was a very emotional moment for him. But there was still one half of the game left to play. Fortunately, Shou Lun and Thing Wei had recovered from their injuries with the help of the 4 teachers and were back to play. Ting and his team played well and closed the gap in the score. However, during a break, Ting suddenly had a traumatic episode and had to pass the final pitch to Feng. Just as they were about to return to the field, a man in a suit appeared and hit Feng's leg with a baseball bat. Feng felt pain, but the man was quickly apprehended by the security guard on duty. Li Tian's team didn't stop cheating. During the game, when Feng almost made a shot, the referee suddenly punched the ball out of bounds, surprising everyone watching. On the other hand, B. Tan Hao celebrated his team's victory, claiming that the rule about foul ball entries only applied to players, not referees. The referee who made the mistake was disqualified, but the match's score remained unfair. Li Chan's team was declared the winner. The first university team felt shocked, disappointed, and tearful in accepting their defeat. However, all hope wasn't lost because Feng remembered his teacher's lesson about a special technique that could change the course of events. In an instant, Feng used this technique to rewind time to the last seconds of the game when he had the ball. This time, Feng intentionally missed his shot so that Ting could catch the ball and make the winning shot. Feng's plan worked perfectly. Ting received Feng's pass and made a winning dunk, securing the victory for First University. But as the players celebrated, Feng realized something. He was a bit disappointed because he discovered that the two parents who had watched him play were actually Shoulun's mom and dad. After the final game, Feng became famous and had many fans. While talking with Zen at the park, a group of girls approached Feng, asking for his autograph. During this, Zen confessed that the letter he had shown Feng, supposedly from his parents, was actually something he had written himself. However, shortly afterward, they were approached by a mysterious woman who arrived in a luxurious car. She asked them to accompany her. Inside the car, the woman revealed that she had been sent by Feng's biological parents to deliver a message. The surprising revelation was that Feng's real father is Wang Yiwuan, the wealthiest person in Asia. This news made Zen anxious, so he quickly took Feng to a store and bought him an expensive suit to wear for his upcoming meeting with his father. The following day, Zen went with Feng to meet Wang Yiwuan. Wang examined the necklace Feng had been wearing since he was a baby. This necklace was evidence that Feng was indeed the child he had abandoned years ago. Feng then asked his father why he had left him, and Wang admitted that he had been bankrupt at the time and was being pursued by loan sharks. He had been concerned for Feng's safety, so he had to leave him near the basketball court with a letter. Upon hearing his father's confession, Feng couldn't hold back his tears. Wang then invited him closer and said he wanted to take him to London to inherit his business. As Feng was led to his father's room, he suddenly stopped and turned to Zen, tears in his eyes, as he struggled to say goodbye. The movie ends with the scene of Zen having dinner with his daughter at the back of a fancy French restaurant. However, he is very sad and lonely because he lost his best friend. His daughter notices his sadness, but she can't do anything to make it better. Suddenly, Zen is surprised when someone tosses a coin into his wine glass. It turns out to be Feng, who decided not to go to London with his father because he didn't want to leave Zen. Feng realized that Zen had used him to make money, but he also felt appreciated because Zen had put his hopes in him. Zen admitted that he was just a person who had met a little devil, referring to Feng, who had changed his life for the better. The movie ends with both of them laughing and crying together, filled with emotion. So the moral of the story is life's like a wild game of basketball. It's full of unexpected slam dunks, kung fu battles, and secret coin tricks. So don't forget to wear your lucky iron vest, because when the universe goes off balance, you might just need it to score the ultimate laugh-filled victory.